Oliver has facts and backup and research for everything that he says. He doesn't just go willy-nilly and make stuff up and take, he called me a conspiracy nut once. I was talking about theories that have to do with the 20s and 30s with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and, the people that really run the world and all of those kinds of things. And he goes, I don't believe you're a conspiracy nut. And I'm like, you, Oliver Stone, are calling me a conspiracy nut. What does that make me? And we got a lot of laughs out of it. My friends all got laughs out of it. But I mean, because he really bases everything on facts. I mean, how much license are you, like the story of JFK is so complicated, it's an amazing achievement in itself. The film is so complicated. He needed characters that, personalities that were strong. I mean, guys like Joe Pesci in there as David Fair. It's amazing. He got a lot of criticism because he created a character that Donald Sutherland plays in the movie, but you had bits and pieces of information that were revealed to people. And again, the time collapsed to show all of those characters. You couldn't follow it. You can in a book, but if you showed those characters, let's say there were 20 different characters that had pieces of information relative to the conspiracy behind the JFK assassination. Well, he combined all of those characters into the Donald Sutherland character that has the thing on the bench. That's a movie device. It's not saying that stuff was made up. It's not saying that stuff's not true. It's just a device of, that character was made up. And people use that to criticize the film, but there's either you leave them out completely. You can't show 20 different people having contributing one line or two to the investigative quality. Either you leave it out completely, or you have something like that. You have a narration, which weakens the dramatic, for an extensive part like that. So, I mean, that was a way artistically to do it, and it doesn't lessen the thing in the film. I mean, he can back up. He can debate and discuss everything he said. Now, when he went and decided to do things on Castro and Putin, I'm like, are you just trying to get people upset? Are you just, do you not know what the reaction is going to be? But, he's an explorer. I mean, and it's like, he sits down and goes like, he knows that the truth that were presented by the press and the government is doctored. I mean, there's the media filter, whether if it's not necessarily what the media says is not true. It's just they don't show you everything. So again, they have to make those kinds of choices, and what they choose to show you is what bases the news. Well, for a person like that to say, gee, I could go talk to Putin if I want and really understand, that's kind of cool. I mean, I understand doing that, but he doesn't do things with regards of like, or when he's faced with a challenge of, do I do this because it needs to be done artistically and I know people are going to criticize me, or do I try to do what pleases people? And I thought when I started working with him that this was the guy who doesn't care what anybody thinks. That's not true. He does care what people think. He just doesn't let it hold him back from the truth.